do some recognition. We've got our gratitude recognitions this morning. Jen, are you ready to do this?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry. I am especially grateful that this club is still continuing on. I know other clubs have struggled since this whole mess has happened, and I'm just glad that in some capacity we're able to still do this. And I'm also grateful that there's the flexibility that people know that we're just doing what we can right now, also given the situation. So I'm going to go with just being grateful for my Rotary family.
Thank you. Yes, I am also grateful that we're continuing to meet and doing this, and that everyone is doing what they can. Thank you, Jen. I see Dustin here this morning? I don't think so. I think Dustin's grateful for sleeping in.
No, I think Dustin's doing his governor-elect training, the international assemblies this week still, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so we will we'll give him we'll hear from him next time. Reminding you of this, even if it's my birthday, I can take it. And if not, I'll get sad and mute you. I wanted to let you know that I have a little Valentine's gift for everybody. Starting on February 12th through the 17th, you can stop by Mia Bella and pick up a couple cupcakes, one for you and one for whoever you want to give it to, or two for you and I won't tell. Just tell them you're with our club and they'll write it down and you'll get 2 cupcakes. And if you don't want to go there, if you want to go to Happy Donuts, then you can go to Happy Donuts and do the same thing. For her, she wanted a coupon, and I realize it's hard to get you all coupons. So you could take a picture of this slide and be able to take that into her, and I think that would work. So if anybody wants to do, Greg, I know you're going to want this one. Because you go there for breakfast pretty much every day, I have a feeling, but
once a week.
Oh, okay. Well, so now you can have it Valentine's one. Nice. Anyway, so and I think these slides will be put up. They'll be put up on our webpage too. So if you decide you want to do Happy Donuts, then you'll be able to find it there. So happy Valentine's to everybody, and that's what we need in our lives is more sugar. So sorry about that, but I think in small doses, you guys will be okay. Oops.
Into every life, some sprinkles must fall.
Exactly. That's a very pretty donut picture, actually. Anyway, we'd had our backpackers, our Backpack for Kids folks put it together. This time it was Charlie and Lisa. And Mike, I think you were there too. And we would have had the picture if Mike wasn't there. So thank you, Mike. And they did this at Kinetic Coffee. Who's on next week? Uh-oh. Does that mean?
No, next week, actually Vanessa and Nick volunteered again.
Wow. Superstars. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
It's great. Reminding you about my birthday fundraiser. I've hit the target, and we'll probably have at this point with that and the money from the masks, we have over $1,200, but we could do more. If you feel like adding a little bit to the pot today, you can Venmo it in. And I appreciate everyone who participated in that. That's going to be really nice to get that money out. And to remind you also that the masks are still for sale, and they're really sweet masks. So, and these are some of the patterns that you can get. They're pretty. And thank you again to Barbara. I don't know if you're on today, Barbara, but thank you again, and everybody else who's been working on those. Really appreciate it.
Maggie, if we Venmo, we just say Maggie's birthday fundraiser, or what do we say?
Yeah, I think just say that, and then, yeah.
Okay.
And a reminder too, that the Raven Project needs some support for menstrual products, and Rebecca is the person to drop those off to. Anything more about that one?
Nope. Thanks, Maggie. I don't know if folks can see. I got a bunch of stuff here. I'll find out what the last day is. I'm curious when it ends, but thanks so much. It's exciting.
Good. Yeah, let us know, because that way we know we still have more time. Thank you. And also shoes. This almost looked like at one point my cat family. At one point I had, they didn't all look the same, but I think I had at least this many. And I was really, really grateful that I did not have to buy shoes for these guys. But we need wearable shoes dropped off at Alex Stillman's house. If you have any shoes you'd like to let go of that can help with this project, please do that. I don't know what the deadline was. There a deadline on that, Romi? Do you know?
Off the top of my head, I'm thinking it was March 26th, but I'll go look at the email and I'll report back real soon.
Good, thank you. So we have a little time if that's the case. So anyway, they're so cute. Lori, do you have anything you want to share with us about our club challenge?
I do. Hey, we have somebody who has already done 100 miles. Where our challenge is going to the end of March. Ray Noogle already has his 100 miles in. Vanessa is just 3.5 miles away. Romi only has 7.5 miles. A lot of people are getting very close, and they're going to move on perhaps to the 200, 300 mile challenges. Stephanie and I got about 40 miles to go. Joyce is doing fantastic. Maggie, I am very impressed. You're out there doing it too.
Yeah.
Melinda, Scott, Sophie, AJ, and Amanda. So anybody else can still join. There's plenty of time to get 100 miles in. I'll put some instructions into the chat, and we can get you on this leaderboard too. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. I noticed a couple things about this challenge. One is that it doesn't always get all my miles into it. It doesn't have it. And two, when it rains, I don't get my miles into it. So I ought to do better at that. But anyway, it's good to have something measuring it and to have a little motivation that way. And Ray, you're kicking ass.
Yeah.
Vanessa,
Motivational.
yeah, she's got 30 miles this month.
Wow. Vanessa's, yeah, kicking ass too. All right, awesome. So I have some things I wanted to share that I came across my email. This month is Black Liberation Month. This is from the NAACP. They have, excuse me, this is from HSU, but I got it through the NAACP email, and they have a bunch of, we're gonna see if this works. Can you see that? Did that take you to the Humboldt State screen?
No.
Oh, well, it took me there. So anyway, I'll have to get away from it. Anyway, if you click on that link, or if you just go to their the website HSUAACAE website, you'll find a bunch of activities and things that they have going on. Here's some things that are being done with the NAACP. There's something coming up next week that Lorna, our friend Lorna, is facilitating the discussion about, and just some different activities. If you go to their webpage, you will see these things that you can participate in that to celebrate Black Liberation Month.
And just to help that CAE, to help you remember, it's African American Academic Center, Center for Academic Excellence. So if you just go to Humboldt, click on A in the alphabet, then it'll take you to the option.
Thank you. Yes. So lots of opportunities to learn more, to celebrate, and to continue our efforts to understand our community and be better allies. So wanted to share that. And I also wanted to share that OLLI is, well, it's through HSU Extended Education also. I think it's OLLI. And Dr. Connor is going to do a presentation next Wednesday about vaccinations, talking about COVID vaccine, but also just in general about the facts about vaccinations, if anyone is interested in that. That is something you can participate in. And if you go to Humboldt Extended in OLLI, you will find this info. Are any of you folks who are over 50 members of OLLI?
Yes.
Yeah, good. It's a good group to support, and they offer some really neat classes. So I remember being so excited that I could, when I turned 50, so I could join OLLI, and now I'm like, God, that was so long ago. Anyway,
I barely remember.
Time flies when you're having fun. So I guess I must be having a lot of fun because time is flying like crazy. So anyway, and then I attended a little webinar online from UC Santa Cruz last night with one of my former professors. This is not her, but one of my former professors from there. They were talking about isolation and loneliness and depression and the impacts it has. And my professor was talking about it from the background of all of the studies he's done with prisons and isolation in the SHU, in solitary confinement, and the long-term ramifications of that. And while he said that what we're going through is not anything like that, there are certain similarities. And this woman, Dr. Holman, has been doing some studies with people who they had information about them before COVID hit. So when COVID hit, they went back and did some, they continue to study them in terms of their isolation and feelings of depression, and also what they had this thing about just not being able to keep good track of time anymore. A loss of kind of temporal disintegration or something. But anyway, it's pretty interesting. And this is one of the slides that they put up that I thought was a good reminder for all of us but I guess they're talking about not even being sure what the long-term ramifications are, that we're losing our social. They were talking about us losing our social skills because we're not socializing the same way. And then I really thought about how this group, and back to what Jen said, how us meeting every week and doing this, even though it's not the same as in person, it's something that we all have that is so important to maintain some level of that socializing aspect. So I really appreciate that.
That's really nice, but I was worried about losing my social skills until I realized I ain't got none.
Yeah, we can only fall so far, right? And if you're already on the ground, then you're comfortable. You don't have a place to go. Exactly right.